Hello, my name is Yuri Pogorely and I'm Deputy Executive Director of Interfax News Agency, Russia's leading private news agency. Interfax, during its 30 years history, became major business-to-business information services provider, but is still serving media with its newswire staying at the heart of Russian media system. My short paper, not pretending to be academically comprehensive, will shed some light on recent developments of the Russian media system under rare pandemic conditions. Russia lost relatively modest 5% of GDP due to high concentration of the economy and large portion of the real sector. Due to government subsidies and low unemployment rate, real income of Russian citizens is expected to fall 3% by the end of the year. Russian media saw unprecedented surge in attention during this pandemic time. Major websites saw up to 30% growth in visitors and up to 3 times more page views than at normal times. Russian Mediascope, formerly TNS of Russia, recorded plus 85% growth in TV audience by occasional users. General desktop time grew up to 20%. 11% was the growth rate of mobile. So large of this portion came to Russian media. But money did not follow these eyeballs. The situation with advertising is really dramatic. If you look at numbers by Russian Association of Communication Agencies, you'll see that television advertising fall just 3% due to the slow nature of this business. But the radio was minus 33%. The print publishing lost almost 50% or more than 50% of advertising income. Internet, by these numbers, show modest 2% positive dynamics, but if you look more detail in this segment, you'll see that only outstream mobile video segment grew substantially, like more than 20%. But outstream is not bread and butter for television companies. They usually sell in-stream video, and in-stream also fell by 15%. So generally, branding advertising on the internet fell 16%, and the sector of banner advertising, which is mostly used by media companies and revenue stream, fell by almost by 25%. This attention also got unusual competition from copycat websites. Since search discovery is really important for media right now, some companies, these are not quite media companies, created special websites that have never existed before the pandemics, that catched lots of attention of Russian audience. And now 2 or 3 most visited Russian news websites are absolutely not even media companies. Also, a main topic of this pandemic time, the COVID-19 information service, was also taken by very, very unlikely player. An omni-channel campaign by government-backed nonprofit National Priorities. This nonprofit created a website called stopcoronavirus.rf, and they reported at least 150 million visitors in less than half a year, and having 5 million subscribers in social media accounts. Regarding the business models available to Russian media, paywalls that are very often discussed at such venues as this one never actually worked in Russia. Only two major Russian outlets implemented the paywalls: Business Daily Vedomosti and independent television channel Rain. Vedomosti updated public on its number of paying paywall subscribers only 5 years ago, and the number was close to 15,000, compared to print circulation at that time of 50,000. Since then, the newspaper was sold twice and never reported any better numbers. TV Rain reported last time, that was 3 years ago, 7,000 to 8,000 regular subscribers. And as they call, significant for business number of pay-per-view subscribers. But TV Rain was founded 10 years ago and went out of the red just one time, that was 4 years ago. It doesn't mean that Russians are not going to pay to view something. During pandemic times, Russian major online video platform Ivi doubled subscription figures and reported 2.5 million paying subscribers. Russian media landscape saw also a very rare event of government unblocking previously banned platform, a Telegram messenger. After unblocking, Telegram saw sharp surge in attention and number of channels. Some of them, like special designed for Telegram media channel on crime and incidents called MASH, is showing reach up to 4.5 million people. These channels present a real competition to Russian media, but there is no public record of profitable activity, since most payments are private, not recorded. Cases of fraud are reported much more often to believe in reliability of Telegram platform. On contrary, YouTube and Instagram prove to bring steady cash flow to individual bloggers or niche media. Google's YouTube is home to very successful in terms of audience growth new media channel. Very special success story is Yuri Dudь, a vlogger with an extensive team that helps him to cover topics of high interest. His YouTube show called Vdut reaches 2 million young adults monthly and is already profitable. This is well known that public television is heavily subsidized in Russia. For example, Russian budget for 2020 provided almost $1 billion US subsidies for major public television channels. But emerging media in Russia, such as general interest website Meduza, mobile first Business Daily, The Bell, analytical media outlet V-Times, also rely often on private contributions and subsidies from various foundations. But they are in constant search for a new business model. Meduza is pioneer and fact-checked and clearly outlined narrative advertising. The Bell is hosting a series of club meetings with entrepreneurs and politicians that are paid to attend. V-Times introduced a participation model very close to the one by The Guardian. In conclusion, I would say that search for viable form of mass media in Russia is far from over. Pandemic never created a great opportunity for established media, only made things worse in terms of economy. Increased public attention to news brought a new competition to established media, junk websites and owned media. They eat the lower part of the income pie. Congestion of private spending and uncertainty about the economy brought branding part of advertising market to its needs. And new business models such as paywalls, private donations, conferencing, and clubs are still in works with no indication of future success. But the small and very agile new media are looking for ways to find a vital form of being a media after pandemic. And our hopes are with them. Thank you so much.